Am I overreacting for wanting to stop sharing anything with my housemate and feeling like I can't trust her anymore? I, 31 female, have been living with my housemate, 30 female, for 6 months, and I'm not sure if I'm being too sensitive or if this situation and what I'm asking is genuinely unreasonable. I'd love some outside perspective. When we moved in, she suggested we share certain things like groceries, toilet paper, and everyday household items. She told me she couldn't share with her last roommate because they weren't good at sharing, but she wanted to try it with me. I agreed. We split rent 50-50, though the lease is in her name. I pay for electricity and renter's insurance, and she buys me lunch every so often to cover her half. I also pay for the parking space since it's my car, and she only rides in it when I'm driving. I also have a cat. I asked her several times beforehand if she was okay living with a cat. She said she was fine with it. First, things were okay, but over time a lot of issues have piled up. Here are some examples. During the winter, she would come home while I was at work, turn off the heating, and then go back to her partner's place. I'd come home to a freezing apartment while she wasn't even there. When I asked her about it, she said it was too hot for her. I had to wear my winter coat inside just to stop shivering, while she too layered up and insisted the heating was still too much. Heating is included in our rent. She invites guests over and tells me we need to clean, then disappears to her partner's place and only returns just before the guests arrive. This has happened multiple times now. The first time, her birthday party, I happily cleaned. But it's become a pattern and I feel manipulated. I like a clean house, so even if I try to leave it messy, I can't bring myself to. She knows this. She barely cleans in general. She'll take out the trash sometimes, but won't even wipe up spills or clean up after herself. Her bedroom is spotless, but common areas are a different story. I use the dishwasher regularly at first, but noticed that in 3 months she never emptied it once. So I stopped using it. Immediately, she started saying it was too hard and she was too tired to empty it and just piled her dirty dishes in the sink, which meant I couldn't even wash my own dishes without clearing hers first. She eats and drinks what I buy, even items that aren't meant to be shared, and throws away things she doesn't like. She even threw away my reusable sponges and said not to cry about it since they are practically free. She replaces things occasionally, but never the same items and usually something lower quality. For example, when it was her turn to buy toilet paper and I refused to buy anymore, she waited until there was barely half a roll left. And even then, instead of buying the 24-pack we agreed on and I have been buying this whole time, she bought a cheap 10-pack instead. Now I just buy my own and keep it in my room. She also takes shared items like food or drinks we both chipped in for to her partner's house without asking. She's eaten my clearly labeled items and either says, "I'm sure you don't mind," or "Oops, didn't realize it was yours," even when one of them literally had my name on it. This one is the most upsetting to me. I try to be a responsible cat owner. I train her, keep her healthy, and maintain a safe environment. My housemate acts like the fun parent, doing unsafe things even after I've asked her not to. She's taken my cat outside the flat without asking, despite me telling her not to. She's let her escape by accident several times. She lets her eat things she's not supposed to, and at one point I caught her secretly feeding extra to her because she thought she's too skinny. She's not. While I'm grateful that she looks after her when I'm away for longer trips, I honestly don't feel safe leaving my pet with her anymore. She dismisses most of my concerns with "You're overreacting." Maybe I am. We had a long talk last week after her partner crossed a boundary that really upset me, leaving that part out for now. I calmly explained that I was starting to feel anxious in the home and asked her to please respect shared spaces and not take or use my things without asking, or I would start looking for somewhere else to live. She cried, apologized, said she didn't want me to move out, and asked for a 1-month trial to get better. Since then, nothing has really improved, only that now she avoids me entirely. She said she feels like she's a guest in her own home and hides in her room or leaves as soon as I come home. This is not what I wanted to happen at all, as this is also her home. She too should feel comfortable. She asked to pay for this month's electricity, but also recently threw away my food instead of eating it, which I guess is progress. Where I'm at, I'm second-guessing myself constantly. She said a few things that felt mean or passive-aggressive, but I can't tell if they were intentional or just careless. I've had a housemate in the past who slowly turned hostile because she wanted me out so her boyfriend could move in, and I can't tell if I'm overreacting now because of that experience. My current housemate knows about this, and I have had many wonderful housemates since then, but I'm not sure if I am still affected by it. I just want to feel at ease in my home. I'm not perfect either, but I feel like my basic boundaries, sharing fairly, mutual respect, cleanliness, and pet safety, are being ignored. Am I being too uptight? Too controlling? Or is this just not a compatible living situation? Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and I'll catch you in the next story.